Hello, dear friends. Wonderful to be with you, as always. I'm Mark Golub, and if you're new to JBS, this is another in our special series together during COVID-19. I want to begin by making a general observation I'm sure many of you have noticed. Right now, in terms of scheduling JBS programming, we're playing much of this by ear. I'm coming to you from a studio that's been set up in my home. Everyone at JBS is now working from home, and they're doing a fabulous job continuing to produce JBS programming, and I'm so proud of every one of them. And I'm not hesitating to interrupt our schedule anytime we can to bring you programming that's responsive to the events of the day. And we hope to shape more and more of our programming around your needs as we all hunker down for what may be a long time, months, maybe longer, in this war against the coronavirus. The most effective weapon in this war is separation, social separation, especially for those of us who are above the age of 60. Or 70, or 80, or 90, or even in this day and age, above 100. I spoke with a wonderful doctor from Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem, a Dr. Alon Moses, who's Hadassah's Director of Infectious Diseases. And his message is unequivocal. People who stay at home and avoid contact with any person with the virus is safe from being infected by it. That's the bottom line. People who stay at home and avoid contact with any person with the virus is safe from being infected by it. The virus is not a self-acting force seeking us out, seeping under the door, jumping up on a counter or on a doorknob. The virus can only be contracted if one has physical contact with it, with a droplet. So if we follow the rules, we stay at home, wipe down with disinfectant wipes or sprays or soap, anything that may be delivered to our home, and we develop the habit of not touching our mouth, nose, or eyes. In that case, we are not at risk of contracting the coronavirus. It will remain out in the world. It's not an airborne virus. It's not stalking any of us. Ironically, if there's one good thing about this hideous virus, it's that we, each of us, has the power to protect ourselves against the coronavirus. That's not always true with viruses. And this is in no way to minimize the threat the coronavirus poses. And the biggest threat comes from the fact that humanity as a whole has not developed antibodies to help fight the virus once a person is infected. So the rate of illness and the rate of mortality is relatively high, higher than one would find in most viruses. And because many people don't follow the rules, either because they're emotionally unable to do so, or they're uneducated, or they simply won't. They're arrogant, a word New York Governor Cuomo used in his criticism of people who think it's okay to go outside on a nice day and congregate as if nothing's going on, nothing's wrong. Because there are people who simply won't follow the rules, this virus will infect upwards of millions of Americans. But not you, if you stay at home and are willing to live with this social isolation for whatever period of time is required. You are safe. And I understand it's virtually impossible to be free of all anxiety or all fear. But for those of you who stay at home, you are safe. And then you can spend as much of your time as possible with us on JBS. By the way, here are today's coronavirus numbers as of our preparing this program for you. The number may change by the end of the day, but they reflect the current reality, which is that while the numbers are steadily growing, the percentage of people infected remains low, and the rate of recovery is greater than the number of deaths. In the U.S., where there are the most cases of the coronavirus reported, the number is now more than 93,000. It should be noted that more than 2,400 have recovered from the virus, representing 2.6%, while there are more than 1,300 deaths, representing 1.4%. In Israel, there are only some 3,000 cases, with 79 recoveries, again the same 2.6%. And as we put this program together, Israel has reported only 12 deaths, representing 0.4%. In any case, as long as we're homebound together, we're determined to provide you with more and more JBS programming that will be responsive to the current situation we're all sharing in together. And that's why, again, I do not hesitate to preempt our published schedule at any time, and I'm sure you understand. And whenever possible, we're sending out by email program alerts that indicate special programming which will be preempting our scheduled programming. And if you watch JBS and you use email, I really hope you've signed up for our Sunday email, which gives you our scheduled programming. And if you're signed up for our Sunday email, you'll automatically receive any program alert when we have something special coming up. And it's absolutely free. All you need to do is go to JBS, the JBS website at jbstv.org and sign up. And you'll always receive a program alert when there's something special coming up on JBS. And for those of you who go online, you can also watch any of our COVID-19 programming on demand on the JBS website. So if you've missed a program, just go to the JBS website, again, jbstv.org, and find the program in the scroll bar at the top of the page, or click on the icon below for all of our COVID-19 programming. I also can't tell you how much it means to me to receive your lovely and loving and encouraging emails. And thank you, Paula of Denver, Colorado, and Elise in Florida, and Herb and Marcia in New Jersey. Your words truly strengthen all of us here at JBS. Please, if you're moved to do so, send me an email and let me know which JBS programming is most meaningful to you, what we might add to our programming. And my email address is very simple to remember, rabbigolub@jbstv.org, rabbigolub@jbstv.org. And then, since we're all in this together, we're all a family, I've been inviting you to send me mentions of simchas, or of people who are ill, or of passings, which you might normally have for a synagogue setting, but which you don't have now. So if you can send them to me, I'll try to include them on JBS. Our special email address for this purpose is jbscommunity@jbstv.org. jbscommunity@jbstv.org. And I'm so pleased that we've received some emails from you. So as Shabbat approaches, I want to mention the following. First, Adina Melnick honors the memory of Archie Levitt Ben Miriam, who passed away on March 10th of this year in Boca Raton, Florida. Zecher Tzadik Livracha. May Archie's memory always be for a blessing. Then, a Mazel Tov to Barbara and Mark Blosferin. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. Blosferin of Orange, Connecticut, on the first birthday of their granddaughter, Eloise. Monday of this week on March 22nd, 2020. And Barbara and Mark, thank you also so much for your very kind words. And Mazel Tov to Keith and Jane Olson of Stillwater, Minnesota, on their 40th wedding anniversary. And they write that they just visited Israel last November. They enjoyed a pleasant week there. And then they write, L'chaim and other programs on JBS TV mean so much more to us now, and we do pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Lovely words. Thank you so much, Keith and Jane. And Mazel Tov to Tio of New Orleans, who celebrates his becoming bar mitzvah this Shabbat. And that Mazel Tov comes from Tio's aunt and uncle, Rick and Karen Hammer. Then Elise Lev, who's a longtime dear friend, who now lives in the Villages in Florida, and who sends her comments all the time to us on many of our JBS programming. Thank you so much, Elise. Elise sent me photographs of the way residents in the villages maintain social distance, yet have a rather creative way of saying hello to one another. In a golf cart parade. Amazing what people can come up with to stay in touch with each other. A golf cart parade. And finally, I received a very touching email from Lara Gabriel of Oakland, California. She writes, Dear Rabbi Golub, thank you so much for your comforting words on the coronavirus situation this evening. I've been watching JBS for many years, and it's so appreciated during times like these. I've been doing all right. You asked how long we think we'll be able to live with this. I very much am an introvert who enjoys being at home. We'll see where we are over the next few weeks, but for now it's manageable and even enjoyable. How real. I'm also fortunate that I'm a teacher who's able to work from home, so my income has not been affected. Good for you, Lara. So many can't say the same, she writes. Jewishly, I'm also fortunate. My shul, Temple Beth Abraham in Oakland, California, has been live streaming all services. So though it feels strange not to be able to do the certain parts of the service that require a minyan, we can continue Jewish life as normally as possible. The board also makes a point to call every single member of the synagogue to ask if they're okay. That felt so wonderful to be part of a community like that. Yes, you are lucky, Lara. I hope you continue to be well, and the same to everyone at JBS. You provide a much needed service to many of us. And I just wanted to reach out and say thank you. All the best, Lara Gabriel of Oakland, California. And Lara added a P.S. P.S. I so miss your insights on Jewish 101. Are there any plans to make new episodes? Well, thank you for asking, Lara, and I do hope to be producing more of Jewish 101 in the very near future. So please, if you have something to share with me and the JBS family, email it to jbscommunity@jbstv.org. Or you can send a letter to our Stamford Post Office box, which during this coronavirus, you may also use if you wish to support JBS during these very trying times with a tax-deductible donation. We need your support very much at this time. And as we approach the holiday of Passover, I hope you'll really keep us in mind. Our Stamford address is Post Office Box 360. Notice Riverdale is 180, Stamford is 360. Write to JBS, Post Office Box 360, Stamford, Connecticut 06904. And I want to close by sharing with you a poem that was sent to me by yet another dear friend, Al Shio. The poem was written by Lynn Unger, who's not Jewish herself. She actually is a Christian minister serving in San Francisco. But Lynn Unger suggests a way for all Americans to view this time we're all sharing together in a very Jewish way. Here is Lynn Unger's poem, which she entitles Pandemic. What if you thought of it as the Jews consider the Sabbath, the most sacred of times? Cease from travel. Cease from buying and selling. Give up just for now on trying to make the world different than it is. Sing. Pray. Touch only those to whom you commit your life. Center down. And when your body has become still, reach out with your heart. Know that we are connected in ways that are terrifying and beautiful. You could hardly deny it now. Know that our lives are in one another's hands. Surely that's become clear. Do not reach out your hands, reach out your heart, reach out your words, reach out all the tendrils of compassion that move invisibly where we cannot touch. Promise this world your love, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, so long as we all shall live. Lynn Unger. Thank you, Lynn. There's power and wisdom in your words, a profound understanding, by the way, of the essence of Shabbat, a very lovely reference. If you're seeing this before the Shabbat begins, Shabbat Shalom U'Mevorach. May each of you have a wonderful, restful Shabbat. And may each of you be blessed with Sabbath peace. Until the next time, I'm Mark Golub. Stay safe and be well, my friends.